Cold-Blooded by Reptilian. This is an EP released just a few months ago that is primarily thrash metal with influences of groove metal, more traditional heavy US power metal, and a little bit of death metal, some extreme metal influence definitely seeping in here. This album is on the more mid-tempo and rhythmic end of thrash metal, featuring a lot of syncopation. The music actually reminds me of Iced Earth more than anything, although it's definitely heavier than Iced Earth, especially in the vocal aspect of it. The most interesting thing about this album is, despite being only 4 tracks, there is more variety here than on most full-length thrash albums. Despite always staying firmly within thrash or thrash-adjacent territory, the band covers quite a wide distance of what that genre includes. Like I said before, we've got songs that sound like Iced Earth. I don't want to say on the softer side of thrash, but definitely on the more restrained and technical end of the genre. And then the last track here is basically death thrash groove. It's very, very heavy, even featuring a deathcore-esque breakdown. A very good breakdown, mind you. It's got some really twisted guitar that adds nice atmosphere to it and a great way to close out the EP. That variety here makes it a very fresh and interesting listen. Even though the music here is on the more mid-tempo and restrained side of thrash metal, the vocals are almost exclusively harsh vocals, which definitely add a contrasting extreme element to it. There are some clean vocals that show up, but only occasionally, only for some choruses, and it makes them feel that much more earned when they do. I find myself preferring the heavier, more aggressive tracks like Lawman Homicide and Murder Sickness, but the variety here keeps things fresh. It gives each song a bit of an identity and prevents it from going stale, which some thrash bands can fall into, writing the same song over and over. It's a great element to this short EP. There is a little bit of modern metal style here and there. Like I said, the last track features basically a deathcore breakdown, but thankfully it doesn't touch the production. There's no modern metal production here. The production is nice and clear and crisp. It's clinical, but it's not overproduced or anything like that. The production sounds very good. The only thing I want for is speed. I want more speed. I have no issue with the variety of styles here. I think it makes the EP very fresh to listen to, but they do stay mostly mid-tempo almost the whole way through, and I did want to hear a little bit more aggression and speed, at least in a track here or there. One more thing I want to mention, there's some really nice guitar solos here. I almost forget, listening to modern albums, they don't put that many guitar solos in modern metal albums these days. This band does, they've got some classic guitar solos here. Good stuff. So who is this EP for? Anyone who likes their thrash metal more rhythmic and mid-tempo, anyone who wants to hear some classic guitar solos, and anyone who wants to hear some extreme vocals over thrash metal that doesn't necessarily go into death thrash, more restrained thrash metal. It's an interesting contrast, and I recommend giving it a listen.